Salomon Aero Glide 3 Gravel is one of my favorite shoes this year. It's a great balance between a road and trail shoe, a good balance between shoes with high cushioning and responsiveness. But how does the base version of this model perform? The purely road version, which is lighter and more dynamic, we'll find out in today's video. Here's the Salomon Aero Glide 3.
Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been testing so much, all these restless nights, all these different situations that I've been through.
Let's start with what these shoes are designed for. The Salomon Aero Glide 3 is a lightweight, versatile training shoe that will find wide application for every urban runner. They are well cushioned, so they work for easy training sessions, but they are also light enough that you can run a bit faster in them. But before we get to the running impressions, let's talk about the technical details. The upper is a mesh that Salomon calls 3D mesh. It's medium thickness and breathes quite well. There are also reflective elements to increase our safety in low visibility conditions. The heel counter is firm, lined inside with a layer of plush material, and beneath the material a reinforcing element is quite noticeable. The lacing is standard with flat laces that should reduce pressure on the foot. However, in my case, they sometimes rolled up, causing more pressure than they should. Fortunately, this didn't happen too often. The tongue is thin, but unfortunately not gusseted, so it tends to fold and shift during running. Inside the shoe we have the standard removable Ortholite insole. The space in the shoe is rather standard, there's no excess in either direction. The midsole is a substantial layer of Energy Foam Evo foam. It's a lightweight, dynamic and cushioning foam known from most new Salomon models. We also have the so-called reverse camber here, a cutout in the sole that helps reduce the weight of the shoe without losing cushioning. There's 40mm of foam under the heel, 32mm under the midfoot, giving us an 8mm drop. The outsole is covered with excellent Contagrip rubber, which guarantees grip and durability. The coverage is quite extensive, as basically the entire perimeter of the shoe is covered with rubber. Only the central part isn't. The tread isn't very deep, and certainly not as deep as in the gravel version, which you can find reviewed on my channel. The Salomon Aero Glide 3 in the sample size weighs 245 grams for the men's version and 205 grams for the women's version. My pair in size 45 and 1/3 EU weighs 266 grams, a very good result for this type of shoe. The sizing is standard Salomon, 45 and 1/3 EU or 11 US fits me perfectly with no deviations from other models of this brand. Let's move on to the running impressions and what I liked and didn't like about the Salomon Aero Glide 3. Let's start with the fact that these shoes have a good weight, which makes them very versatile. You don't feel like you have something heavy on your feet that might slow you down, yet they are not so light that they lose stability or cushioning. It's a great compromise that every runner will appreciate. When it comes to feeling during slightly faster workouts, the Aero Glides really deliver. They may not be typical racing shoes, but their lightness and dynamic Energy Foam Evo foam allow for comfortable acceleration. They are perfect for days when you want to run faster but don't plan to break out your most performance-oriented models. They perform equally well in daily training. Thanks to good cushioning, you can comfortably cover longer distances in them, and their versatility means they are suitable for both easy runs and more varied training sessions. These are shoes that you can take on virtually any type of run. Grip is another strong point of this model. The Contagrip rubber outsole provides confidence on various surfaces from asphalt to more demanding trails, let's say. You don't have to worry about slipping even in worse weather conditions. And what I don't like, the design of the shoes, although functional, may seem a bit boring. There are no bold accents or elements that would catch the eye. It's a classic, subdued look that might not appeal to people looking for something more distinctive. And finally, it's worth mentioning the price. For the official amount you have to pay for this model, I would expect something more exceptional. The shoes are solid and well made, but they lack that wow effect. Especially when landing on the midfoot, the feel is just okay without any major fireworks. Before we move on to the summary, let's take a look on the alternatives. Considering the amount of softness of the foam, I see 3 candidates with a very similar profile. Reviews of 2 of them are coming soon on the channel, but we'll start with the model I've already tested here. Saucony Ride 18. These are daily trainers with a very versatile character. The PWR Run Plus foam is a bit firmer than the one used in the Salomons, but I feel it gives very similar sensations during running. The rides are a bit heavier, but also €10 cheaper. Another option is the new Brooks Hyperion 3, shoes with somewhat more dynamic pedigree, but in the latest edition brought to the role of daily trainers. They run great, the upper is very comfortable and the foam is of similar firmness to the Salomons. This model is also a bit heavier than the Aero Glides, but not as much as the previously mentioned Saucony. You can get the Brooks for €150. And the last alternative, in my opinion, definitely the closest to the Aero Glide, is the Puma Velocity Nitro 4. This model in many ways resembles the Salomons, but the main difference is the Nitro foam, which is in my opinion softer. And that makes the Pumas slightly higher in my ranking. They simply have all the advantages of the Aero Glides, but their cushioning suits me much better. They are also considerably cheaper, costing €140. Plus, they weigh very similarly to the Salomons. The Salomon Aero Glide 3 is a versatile training shoe that excels in urban conditions. They combine good cushioning and lightness, making them an ideal choice for both easy training and faster runs. Thanks to the Energy Foam Evo foam and Contact Grip rubber outsole, they offer comfort and grip on various surfaces. Despite a few minor flaws, such as the shifting tongue or subdued design, these shoes stand out for their versatility and solid construction. If you're looking for reliable shoes for everyday training that won't strain your legs, the Salomon Aero Glide 3 is an option worth considering. And if you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a like, subscribe, and be sure to write in the comments what you think about these shoes. Also check out my Instagram and TikTok. All links are in the description. See you in the next video.
Pacino.